5-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. They got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Carlson now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll begin the drive with Howard, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
But, has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
Now Cohen. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. On the stop, Stephon Anthony with a tackle.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Eric Kendricks coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go now.
They'll drop to throw. He leaves this one for Howard. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Tight end right, tight end right.
And the blitz does come. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Gun! Hey, 4 down. Watch him now, Barney. Kill.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Let's go, fellas.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
34, eyes on 34. Over. All day, dog.
Back to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Tight right. Here we go now. Blue 90. switch. No. Check. Patriot. Right there. 54. Right there.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down.
Blitz, they coming. Easy work. It's easy work, and it's great. Watch tight end. All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check 3. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here.
Hey, we gotta get this stop.
Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Green 39.
This is Cohen. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Over.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Robinson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, we got.
He'll look to throw. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Gun! We got 4.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
4 down. Check. Set. 3.
They'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Four down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Strong right. Gun. Even. 4 down. Even. Detroit.
Now back to throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
Gun. I got 86. Watch you now, Barney.
Looking to throw. And able to locate Wilson. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
So the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Hey, 4 down. Over.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
3 down. Switch.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
Double tight. Hey, we got 3 down. Gun. Showing 8.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
All right, now, lucky 56. Double tight. No. Check. Patriot. Fellas, we got 3. Hey, guys, I got 15.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
where you belong. Hey, hey, hey. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
You got him. You got him. You got him. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Shift. Watch the shift. Over.
He's back to throw. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
4 down, 4 down. Check 36.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Leonard Floyd in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Vikings on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12.
4 down. Check. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Big edge. Watch him now, Barney.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Great pick. Good job. Good job. Hurry up, here we go.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 4 down.
They try again with Cohen. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The Bears on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
Tight end right. Over. Jam.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Shift. Hey, 58 is
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Bears, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Woo!